Good morning. It's Tuesday, Wednesday morning in Ao Nang. Just going out for a little walk, and as you can see, there it's very little going on. Not a single soul in sight on the pavement, and the usually chock-a-block road, full of mopeds that you can't cross, is virtually deserted. So yeah, not going to report too much today. I'm just going to take you for a walk down to the seafront. That's it really. Just back there is the Divers Inn, where I started the video. Nice steakhouse, that expensive steakhouse, but a nice steakhouse. And the only place we would recommend buying steak in Ao Nang. Not that you'll get one there now, because everything's closed. As you can see, all the hotels are closed up. It's literally today and tomorrow that everyone's getting thrown out of their hotels and having to go to designated ones. So what's been happening in 24 hours? Not a lot really. Phuket's getting a bit interesting. There's a Facebook page called Thailand. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. I'll put it in the link. Although I don't recommend going on there. Basically, this website is calling on all Thais to start vigilante groups, get slingshots, and go out and attack tourists with the hashtag hashtag shit tourists. It's gained an enormous amount of followers in the last 48 hours or so. It's now got 600,000 followers, and there's tons of Thais on there taking photographs. Basically what it is, it's the guy that runs it got some political views, so it's a bit of a political page, but he's basically called locals to get their slingshots and go out and shoot tourists if they see them out and about. So a lot of the page followers are taking photographs of themselves with their slingshots and their ammunition, and saying they're going to go out and shoot tourists, which is fun if you're in Phuket, I'm sure. Nothing like that going on in Ao Nang. There's been a lot of call from the local journalists and stuff like that to close this page down, etc, etc, but and a request to Facebook that it's inciting violence, but Facebook has refused to take it down because it doesn't contravene any of their guidelines or whatever it is. So the page remains. I'll just keep an eye on it and see what's happening. But there are a couple of foreigners. Fire engine. There's a couple of foreigners in Phuket who've reported being approached by vigilante groups and being told to get out the country and stuff like that. This is mainly through a story that's come up in the press. There was a Hungarian guy who was involved in a car accident and sadly died, but came into contact with something like 100 people throughout his sort of rescue and treatment and everything else. So basically they're saying this Hungarian guy's infected 100 people, which isn't bad going because there's only 112 people infected in Phuket anyway. So they're basically blaming this Hungarian guy for infecting everybody that lives in Phuket, which is a bit daft really, because everyone that's infected in Phuket are all associated with Bangla Road, Patong, which is a red light district, and I'm sure there's been plenty of transfer and swapping of bodily fluids down that way, which is probably more the point for the cause. Anyway, I hope you can hear me because I've got my mask on, obviously, because we're not allowed to go out and about without a mask. Just had a jogger go past us. He looked like a tourist, but otherwise, as you've seen, there's virtually nobody about here at all. I mean, everything's closed. The 7-Elevens are open, the pharmacies are open, I mean, it's not a bad thing. You can't go shopping. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. The moped shops are still open, and there's a 100 baht shop, you know, your pound shop, that remains open. There you go. There she is in the 100 baht shop, happy as bloody Larry. You going in? Okay. I'll carry on down. Right, there you go then. So literally only one shop that's anything worth buying in. In fact, there's nothing worth buying in there, but she's still going in there anyway. Shopping. You can't stop the girls from shopping. Anyway, I'll carry on down. I'll walk down to the front and finish this off, and then I'll come back and get her. Checked the flights this morning. Everything's still confirmed. With Vietjet Air from Krabi to Bangkok on Friday night. Qatar Airways is still showing as confirmed. Saturday morning to Doha and onwards. So that's quite encouraging and pleasing to see that there's no potential issues there. But as you saw yesterday, we do have the contingency and the opportunity of a house should we have any problems with the flights and we can't get on. The one thing staying will cause is obviously we will need to get an extension to our visa. Now, at the moment, this is an ever-changing situation as well. There is something's going into government today. They're going to try and put through a bill whereby all visas will get an automatic 30-day extension from their expiry date as they stand. So you won't have to go to immigration. I think yesterday in some immigration places there were queues of 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 people, which is obviously not ideal, given they've passed a law that says you're not allowed to be within 2 meters of anyone, including family, if you're out and about. But you still got to go to immigration and get your visa, and there's 2,000 people queued up there in quite a small space, which is well, if they're blaming the foreigners for the spread of it, it certainly will be if they have to sit through those sort of conditions. As you can hear, there are still a few mopeds. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go across here, because if anyone knows Ao Nang, this is the we're right down on the front now. This is the famous walking street. I don't think I can really go in because it's so dark in here. You won't really see anything. But usually this is chock-a-block full of shops and stuff. It's probably chock-a-block full of stray dogs now or something. I don't know. We'll see what's around the corner. But yeah, this is like a major entertainment hub, shopping street, and the location of the famous boogie bar, where they have the best music in Ao Nang. Somewhere that you can never get a seat. And we knew things were wrong when we got here, because we walked through here and there wasn't a single person in the boogie bar. And for the boogie bar to be quiet, you know that Ao Nang's quiet. So yeah, that's the boogie bar just there. As you see, all closed up. So we take this walk through, and this takes us down to the seafront and the sea, where the Indian tailors and the taxi guys usually sit. And we'll go across and have a look at the sea. Jude's going to wonder where I am now, but should have maybe started this earlier. So here we are then, back down on the seafront, out and about, taking our lives into our own hands in Ao Nang. And oh wow, tide's right in today. There's not a lot of beach to be had. Not a lot of beach to be had at all. So I shouldn't imagine you're going to see very many people down there at all. One guy's swimming out there. That's me getting wet feet. Brilliant. Wait till Jude gets here and finds out there's nowhere to sit on the beach. So, just around the corner to Railay there, The island in the distance there, if it focuses, that's Poda Island. And over there is Nopratara. So back up the steps. No sign of Julie yet, so she's obviously still in the shop, having a whale of a time. So I might as well carry on along the seafront for a little bit. I'm gonna risk my life and take my mask off now so you can hear me. I'm sure that'll sound quite different. So we've got about 15 days worth of food to use up in the next 2 if we're going home. So we could be quite large by the time we get back to Swindon. So yeah, let's have a think. Who's seen the front here? Richard and Belinda have seen it like this, obviously. Cheryl and Phil were here not last year, the year before. Mike and Julie, Helen, you've all seen Ao Nang at its absolute busiest, and right now you can see everything's closed. Usually this is absolutely rammed down here. You literally cannot walk along here without bumping into anyone from 9 o'clock in the morning till 2 in the morning. This is the centre of Ao Nang. This is where it all happens, where everything goes on. I don't believe it. I think they've even shut McDonald's. There's the thing. Alright, put my mask on, please come in. So yeah, Ao Nang front, couple of cars, that's about it. Jungle in the background. Take a walk back along. So yeah, stranded in Thailand. Day, I don't know, day 6, day 7, something like that. And with any luck, with everything still showing confirmed on the airline websites, at this moment in time we will be beginning our journey home, or at least as far as England, on Friday. Still no chance of getting back to Spain for a long time yet, certainly till the end of April. So we're definitely going to be in the UK for at least another couple of weeks under lockdown. We're going to do 2 weeks of quarantine at Tim and Linda's, just to make sure we're okay. But yeah, we're absolutely okay. We were both quite poorly actually at the start of the holiday, so don't know if we've had a mild dose, don't know if we've built up immunity, but there's 13 people in this province of 250,000 people. There's only 13 people that have been identified or diagnosed with corona, and as you can see, the chance of actually bumping into anyone or touching anything is pretty remote. So, and that's why we didn't really mind the idea of staying here in the apartment until they decided they were going to chuck us out. So yeah, that's your lot. I'll leave you with one more view of the Andaman Sea at Ao Nang, and quite a long one today. I wonder how far you get through this. Let me know if you've watched it all in the comments. I'll see you soon.